In order for the Coriolis effect to take place, you must have two reference frames. One reference frame being stationary, and the other reference frame moving. It is that simple. And in order for the Coriolis effect to be true and measurable, it would be moving underneath of planes. And if you want to dispute this, then what the fuck did you create a pendulum for? Why do you have a pendulum? Fucking retards.
Well, my question will explain this.
I don't want a question, I want an answer. Does Earth rotate underneath planes at 15 degrees an hour as per the claim of Coriolis or not?
The Earth rotates, as you put it, underneath an aeroplane's entire...
Well, then you'd have shortened flight times. If Earth rotates underneath aeroplanes, then the flight times would be reduced because Earth's rotating underneath them. And they don't have shortened flight times.
He just admitted it rotates 15 degrees under a plane. Now listen to him change his story. They'll all do the same thing. This is suppression of information. This is total monetization of the truth. Get back to your beer and beans, boys, and watch your sports and whack off to your porn after you just killed your fucking deer. Wake the fuck up, you fucking mental fucking retards.
For Earth's not rotating under planes.
How fast is the Earth rotating?
It's not. You don't get to beg the question. There's a problem. You've started surface when they're flying. That's what you've got to consider. Just amazing. Cut to
I have a question for the panel.
Go ahead, Rumpus.
About rotating Earth.
Earth doesn't rotate.
Think?
Hold on.
What does the panel think?
There's already a problem.
Earth?
There's already a problem. You've already begged the question. You've got a question about a rotating Earth. Earth doesn't rotate.
Yeah.
If it did, flight times would be reduced.
No, it wouldn't. Just imagine it, though. Imagine a theoretical scenario.
Well, just beg the question. No, I've just told you. No, there's a problem. You've started by just telling us to assume Earth's spinning, and I'm not going to. Zanuck didn't get away with it, and neither will you. No, you're not going to get to beg the question here. If Earth was spinning, flight times would be reduced, and they're not. Because Earth's not rotating underneath aeroplanes as it must if you have Coriolis deviation.
Here we go. I'll have to ask the question about rotating Earth underneath aeroplanes.
Well, we haven't got one, so there's no point asking. There's no point asking me a question about an Earth that doesn't rotate because it doesn't rotate, and I'm not going to allow you to beg the question.
Just imagine this for a moment.
No, I'm not going to allow begging the question here. Are you deaf?
Beg the question. I'm asking you to imagine some certain...
No, that's begging the question. Imagining it is just you telling me I'm going to imagine you're begging the question fallacy from your first three words. No.
Just imagine the scenario you're describing.
No, I'm not going to imagine it. It's not spinning, so I'm not going to imagine it. You imagine it, fantasist. You can let me imagine it, you bloody fantasist.
I'll imagine it then.
Good for you. Sod off and imagine it elsewhere, shit for brains. I'm not going to listen to your musings and imagination about what Earth does. No, you don't get to beg the question and just power it on and plough on regardless. You don't get to beg the question here.
Only we can do that.
No, we're disproving Earth is spinning by asserting that if we had an Earth that spins, we'd have shortened flight times. We don't, therefore it doesn't spin.
No, we wouldn't. You don't understand the geometry of the situation.
We don't understand.
Okay.
It wouldn't, is that because we don't have Coriolis?
Hold on. Charles Chocolate, hold on. From the chat, Rumpus.
In that sentence, Nathan, you've...
Yeah, no, I'm asking you. Shut up. You said 15 degrees an hour from the chat. 15 degrees an hour of Earth turning underneath, right?
You just imagined a rotating Earth there, Nathan, and you said...
I just asked you if 15 degrees an hour, which you quoted from the chat, was 15 degrees an hour of Earth rotating underneath.
It is indeed rotating at 15 degrees.
Well, then you'd have shortened flight times. If Earth's rotating underneath at 15 degrees an hour, then flight times would be reduced. Therefore, Earth is not rotating. I don't need to imagine anything. Flights disprove it's turning.
No, they don't.
It's flat and stationary. I'm sorry, but this lie is coming to an end. And it might have been 3%, 5%. I'd say it's about 10 to 15% now. And once it hits about 20 to 30% of the people in the world know the world is flat, you'll have nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. And your little Virus nonsense. That'll be going up shit creek too, motherfucker.
Move this there, not. So, here we go.
The Earth rotate under airplane traffic.
Yeah,
Here we go.
Does Earth rotate under aeroplanes at 15 degrees an hour to give you a Coriolis deviation or not?
Well, my question will explain this.
I don't want a question, I want an answer. Does Earth rotate underneath planes at 15 degrees an hour as per the claim of Coriolis or not?
The Earth rotates, as you put it, underneath an aeroplane's entire...
Well, then you'd have shortened flight times. If Earth rotates underneath aeroplanes, then the flight times would be reduced because Earth's rotating underneath them. And they don't have shortened flight times. Therefore, Earth's not rotating under planes.
How fast is the Earth rotating?
It's not. You don't get to beg the question, shit for brains, 5th time in a row. Don't ask me how fast it's rotating. It isn't. If it was, flight times would be reduced.
No, they wouldn't.
Yes, they would. You've just said, yeah, Earth's claimed to be rotating underneath at 15 degrees an hour. That would shorten flight times.
No, it wouldn't.
Just a hand wave. No, yeah, it would. If Earth's rotating underneath that plane, then it cannot have anything other than the flight time reduced. Because Earth's rotating underneath it according to the claim of a ball Earth that spins. That's why we don't need to beg the question. We can prove it's not spinning because Earth isn't rotating under planes as per your claim earlier.
Any more
Can
time
I
into
ask
this
him,
hand
Rumpus?
you don't allow them to get more than the centre time. So if what you're saying is true, Nathan, then the time taken to move, say, to run up and down a train and up towards the direction...
No, that's describing something happening in the inertial reference frame. That's not Coriolis effect. Me running up and down a train isn't me observing something from a non-inertial spinning reference frame. This isn't Coriolis effect. This is a red herring fallacy.
This is not indeed
This is
Coriolis
sad,
effect.
is what it
Let's
is.
just say it again. Me running up and down a train is not me observing something from a non-inertial spinning reference frame. This is not Coriolis effect. You're detailing stuff that's happening to projectiles in inertial frames of reference. This isn't Coriolis. You don't understand what Coriolis is if you're going to detail what a man does when he's running up and down a train, because Coriolis is an observation from a non-inertial spinning reference frame, you moron.
Nothing you've
define
described has got anything to do with Coriolis, of course. Flight time...
Define it.
Define the Coriolis effect.
Define
You
it.
don't understand what
Define
Coriolis
it.
is.
Define it then. Define Coriolis.
Right. Coriolis is the force that is subject...
Wrong. Immediately wrong. Coriolis is not a force, it's a pseudo-force. Rumpus is a thick shit. Doesn't understand that it's not a force. You think that we've got actual deviation because it's being forced, you moron? No, idiot. Coriolis is not a force. It's an apparent deviation, not an actual deviation, you complete retard.
Let me finish, and then you can attack me.
What, let you finish telling me it's a force? No, I'll stop you in your tracks, you retard, and tell you, because I'm in authority here. I'm telling you, it's not a force, retard.
It is a force, that's...
Wrong. It's a pseudo-force, not actual deflection, not actual force.
Somehow the word pseudo has crept into science and been accepted as science. You need to reassess and assess the word pseudo. It simply means fake, sham, not real. So when associated with the word science, it is the precursor to the definition of being fake, not real, sham. Why are you so fucking stupid?
Pseudo-force. Coriolis is not a force. You are a retard, Rumpus.
A retard, Rumpus.
Respect to the rotating...
Rumpus, what does pseudo mean again?
Sorry, with respect to the rotating reference frame, how is a man running up and down a train watching with respect from the reference frame that's spinning? It isn't. You're an idiot.
That's right, because that's nothing to do...
That's right. So when I stopped you and said this isn't Coriolis when detailing a man running up and down a train, I was correct. Yeah, that's why I stopped you, because it's a red herring fallacy.
Yeah, but this has nothing to do with Coriolis flight.
Yeah, that's right, dickhead. What you're detailing is nothing to do with Coriolis. So shut up.
Then why'd you bring it up?
Yeah, why'd you bring it up then, you fucking moron? Why are you talking about something that isn't Coriolis and then openly declaring that it's not Coriolis? Yeah, we know. We're telling you.
Flight times have got...
Don't shout at me, shit for brains. Don't tell me what flight times do. You're a retard who doesn't understand Coriolis. It's not a force, moron. And what a guy does while running up and down a train, as you've just admitted, is not Coriolis. So why are you even here to argue about nonsense that isn't Coriolis?
You are confused between...
I'm not confused, you ad-homming little shit. You've just told us that a man running up and down a train isn't Coriolis. So what, you're going to tell me you don't understand when you're not detailing it?
Flight times have got nothing to do...
Don't tell me what flight times is while you eat your microphone. If the Earth was spinning underneath planes, flight times would be reduced. They're not. So Earth's not spinning underneath. To have Coriolis effect, Earth must spin underneath and you must observe things from that spinning reference frame. It's only ever an observation from a spinning reference frame. It's not what the guy does running up and down the train, retard.
Correct. The guy running...
Yeah, so shut up with your example about what a guy does. Correct. Yeah, I know I'm correct. I'm the one who's right. You're the one detailing guys running up and down trains. Complete non sequitur.
Flight times have everything...
Don't tell me what flight times do. On a flight time, it's not an observation from a Coriolis effect inducing non-inertial reference frame. If you're on the flight, you're not experiencing Coriolis, idiot. Don't you know what Coriolis is? You don't experience it on a flight.
Correct. And flight...
I have that camera. It's a Nikon P900, 87 times zoom, and I used it to take pictures of the moon, and it looked like I was literally in space. Of course, space does not exist. The moon is now in our atmosphere, and the pictures were in such detail, it literally looked like you were about 100 yards away from the moon, and you could have landed it with a spaceship. Ah, spaceship. What a funny little word. Quaint, isn't it? Enjoy the video, monkey.
Why are you talking about it? You unbelievable fuckwit. I hope you enjoy the taste of my salty nuts while I teabag your stupid ass. Yeah, you keep conceding that we're not talking about Coriolis when you talk about what a fucking plane does or what a man does running up and down a train. You're not going to talk about what happens in the inertial reference frame when Coriolis effect is not that.
You keep using flight times as proof of the lack of Coriolis.
No, a proof of a lack of Earth spinning, moron. To have Coriolis effect, you need Earth rotating under plane.
Listen to this very importantly, this important part. This is how the Coriolis effect works. It is this simple. I don't know how no one can see it. It's pretty fucking simple. Sorry, you're so dumb.
And if Earth's rotating under planes, it shortens flight times. The shortening of flight times isn't Coriolis, but to have Coriolis, you'd need Earth rotating under planes. It's not that complicated, retard.
Correct. Coriolis...
Yeah, I know I'm correct. I understand that this entire conversation, you've done nothing but obfuscate with details of things that aren't Coriolis, and then confirmed when I pointed that out that I'm correct. Yes, I know I'm correct, Rumpus.
Flight times have no...
Don't tell me what flight times do. That's not an observation from a non-inertial reference frame. How many times, retard?
You keep on using flight times...
Yeah, to debunk the Earth, which, if it had a Coriolis effect, would have Earth turning under planes. So I'm detailing how we debunk the claim we have Coriolis effect. Because if we had it, Earth would be rotating under planes, and it does not. You, on the other hand, are detailing what the plane does, whilst detailing how we have Coriolis.
There are two things, and of course you get them confused. It's quite simple.
Rumpus,
Here we go.
don't you have
so an
two different reference frames in your narrative?
Let me finish.
Rumpus.
Don't interrupt me. I've only had...
You do what the fuck he likes, Rumpus. You're a prick. You're a shill for the globe. You're an asshole, Rumpuser. All you do is talk, people. Whenever I have a conversation with you, I've got to permanently pepper the mute button just so I can be fucking heard. All you've done is talk shit here. You haven't talked about anything related to Coriolis effect. You haven't confirmed that 15 degrees an hour is Earth rotating underneath.
Give me a chance. If I will, I'll cover all of those things if you give me a chance.
So Earth's rotating underneath aeroplanes then? So Earth is rotating underneath aeroplanes then, Rumpus?
Right, now this is the original...
Right? No, wrong, moron. That would shorten flight times.
No, it wouldn't.
Oh, wouldn't it? Earth rotating underneath an aeroplane wouldn't shorten a flight time. You're a retard. Yes, it would.
You don't understand relative velocity?
Just an ad hom. I don't understand. Yeah, I understand that if I'm rotating underneath something, that would shorten its flight time. The projectile has got Earth rotating underneath it. You're an idiot. You don't understand. You don't understand Coriolis, retard.
Relative velocity has got nothing to do with Coriolis.
Relative losses? Sorry, apparent deviation, mate. Don't you understand what Coriolis effect is? Apparent deviation, moron.
Yeah, and that's a force causes a deviation.
Not a force, moron.
Sellouts to the Freemasonic party there. They literally got bent over and they took it in the ass. They believe what they were told and they parrot it, whatever they say, because they are fucking retards severe. To the point of they should have a drool bucket strapped to their fucking chin collecting the amount of drool that's coming out. Because what would they do with a brain if they had one?
No force is causing anything to curve. Nothing's curving if you have Coriolis effect. I don't witness planes seeming to curve as Earth rotates underneath them. And if it did, that would shorten flight times.
Hey, Rumpus, I got a question for you. Does apparent also means real?
Right, so the reason...
No, wrong. Not right, idiot. Wrong. Apparent doesn't mean real, it means not actual. Observed but not really happening.
That was Arwin's comment, not mine. So, when you're in an aeroplane and you run up...
That's not an observation from a non-inertial reference frame. You're immediately talking about something that isn't Coriolis effect, aren't you, Rumpus?
Correct, I am. That's
No! You keep...
Listen to how he slithers around the questions by using a question against him, or he just completely changes what they were talking about originally. It's unbelievable, and it's not just him. You talk to anybody, and this is what they do. And on top of that, they will continually and consistently try to talk through you. In other words, ask you the question. As you're talking, they'll start opening their fucking mouth and talking through you. It is quite strange. It is quite odd. It is almost choreographed between all of them. They live. We sleep.
Telling me I'm correct when I point out and absolutely pummel you that you're about to start detailing something that isn't Coriolis, aren't you, dickhead?
That's because there are two things under discussion. You don't...
No, there's Coriolis effect under discussion. You want there to be two things, but there's only one, Coriolis effect. And if you're going to be detailing it, you are going to be detailing it from the non-inertial spinning reference frame. You're not going to detail what a plane does, because that's not Coriolis, moron.
As usual, when there are more than one thing to understand, you can't...
There's not more than one thing to understand. There's Coriolis effect. You rotating under things. That's it.
No, Coriolis is not rotating under things.
Yes, it is. It's an inertial reference frame over the top of a non-inertial spinning reference frame. You spinning underneath giving you a not actual deflection. That would mean not deviating in reality, seeming to deviate because you rotate underneath. That is Coriolis effect. Clearly you don't understand what Coriolis effect is, moron.
I would like to explain why a spinning Earth does not cause flight.
What, you're going to assume a spinning Earth and tell us why it doesn't cause Coriolis? So we're going to assume Earth, even though I've told you you're not going to get to beg the question here. You're now going to demand that you're going to get to beg the question. No, fuckwit. You don't get to beg the question here and just say, let's assume Earth's spinning, and I'll justify why we don't have a deflection. Nah, mate, you're supposed to have one if Earth's spinning. You don't, because it would reduce flight times.
When you say that flight time should be changed, you are assuming a rotating Earth. So
I'm saying we haven't got a rotating Earth because we'd have shortened flight times. I'm saying we are proving Earth isn't spinning because the flight times are not reduced. I'm not...
How fucking stupid are people? If the Earth is spinning 1,000 miles an hour at the equator from one direction to the other, the direction that it's spinning in, you would be there way quicker. If the plane itself is only going 500 to 600 miles an hour, like the plane would have to go 1,500 miles an hour to gain another 500 miles per hour. Theoretically, you could be sitting in a helicopter at 1,000 miles an hour and spin to that point of destination, because once you leave the ground, which is the in the original reference frame, the initial reference frame, there's 2 reference frames for this Coriolis effect to take place. Look it up. So you're leaving the initial reference frame, the inertial reference frame, and you're in the air. Now you're separate from the ground. It's unbelievable how stupid people are. It is unfucking believable.
Assuming a spinning Earth, you moron.
Exactly, you're imagining a spinning Earth.
No, I'm not. I'm saying if it was spinning, we'd have deflection. And if we had deflection, Earth would be rotating underneath. We don't have Earth rotating underneath, therefore we don't have deflection. We don't have a spinning Earth. I'm not imagining it, I'm debunking it!
Yes.
Yes,
I think
imagining
Rumpus is
it and then
spinning.
saying
Yeah,
it's
you eat your mic for me, bitch. While I shit on your religion. Eat your mic, bitch. That's you, Rumpus. You're my bitch, telling me how right I am. I know I'm right. I know you're constantly detailing what happens in the inertial reference frame, and that's not Coriolis.
You're a twat and a moron, that's what you
Ah, you enjoy my salty nuts, you fucktard idiot that doesn't understand Coriolis. Yeah? You want to add on me when I'm...
A 5-year-old kid can understand an object spinning and an object not spinning. A 5-year-old child can understand that. Yet what they'll do is they'll use all sorts of words like deflection and you don't understand and science, when really it's just absolute nonsense and it's trickery. It's a mindfuck.
pummeling you and you're telling me I'm right. Yeah, that's not going to go over very well when you've told me I'm right.
You don't have relative velocity, and that's your problem.
A loss. What? You've just confirmed whenever I point out that you're trying to detail stuff that's not an observation from a spinning reference frame, like what a plane does. You say that's correct, Nathan.
I think all the Globers should get together and put their money together so they can have the healthiest crops and grow their own vegetables, so they can buy lots of Gatorade to water their crops. Because it needs the electrolytes. Your plants need the electrolytes. You know, you'll have better crops. Science will tell you that. Fucking morons. You literally are in the age of idiocracy. You are the fucking idiots. You got fucking bent over and fucking reamed. Retard hard. Retard fucking hard reamed.
There are two things going on.
Coriolis was your positive claim.
And you
Why
don't
are you
understand
arguing for why is
No, it's you don't understand.
It'll always be you don't understand. Well, I've enjoyed making this video. It's refreshing to know the truth. It's however unnerving to know that there's that many fucking retards out there.